do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really?
Also interesting to remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah. At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights,
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how? What magic wand do you have? How exactly?
Hi, everyone.
Yo, yo.
Happy 7th of the May.
Think that's it.
That's it.
I think that is it.
Mr. Science is here today. So is Mr. Jack Peeler. He is co-hosting for Michael Barnicott because Michael is sick.
Barnz, we hope you feel better. We do.
Get well, buddy.
Please.
Mr. Science says
he's been waiting for you.
It's
Barnz.
not the COVID.
It's not.
He says you're just pregnant.
Wasn't Chris supposed to be on here too?
Christopher was supposed to be on. Yeah,
You're
Christopher
missed.
Bernard
You're
was supposed
missed,
to be
boys.
back.
You're missed.
We'll talk to you in a little bit, Mr. Science. We'll see you in a little bit.
See you
okay, buddy?
A little bit.
He's got a lot to say. But, yeah, Chris was supposed to be here. Barnz. They both had to bail because of certain reasons.
Yep.
So Jack stepped up like the true hero he is.
I try.
Yeah. Stepped in to help with the show today.
Hell yeah.
Which is a good week. We got a lot of stuff this week to talk about. I
see that. I see you got quite the list here. I mean, I don't know much about politics and shit, but I'll do my best to
But
have fun
before
with it
we
all.
get into our stuff, I just want, this is old. That says, I think
I'm old.
that was last week, right? The park got painted last week.
Yeah, but we should talk about it because it was cool.
No, I'm pretty sure we talked about that last week on the show.
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm a fan as well. I watch.
I'm having a brain fart, but yeah, we did talk about it last week.
It looks great. Looks cool.
But yeah, and then what else did I do this week? Well, didn't work on the Halo video, but I worked on something else for this week. That was that had to do with our conversation with the Supreme Court getting a leak. They got leaked out that they're possibly going to be turning over Roe v. Wade from 1973.
It's going to make a lot of people happy.
A lot of people unhappy, a lot of people happy.
Oh, boy.
But there's a lot of misunderstanding with it, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can imagine.
I got down on the list later. I watched Bill Maher again. I watch Bill quite a bit, even though I don't agree with everything he says.
I think he's great.
He's still funny as hell.
I don't agree with him all the time either, but he is pretty damn good.
But he had a lot of good facts about abortion that people should know, and a lot of it is also that compared to most other European countries and other first world democracies, we have very, very, very fair abortion laws compared to most of those places. They say most of the Democrats and we're jumping ahead. Let's slow down here. Let's slow down. What happened to you this week?
Me, went and saw Cats, the musical, with people I work with, which is hysterical.
I'm so stoked that you went and did that.
Hysterical.
Because I know it can just be a
Let me tell you, I mean, I give credit to those people. They're all very talented. They sing amazing. They dance their ass off.
The cats.
The cats.
They're not people. They're cats.
Whatever you want to call them. Whatever you want to identify them as, whatever they identify as in that play, that's great.
Where was this?
Proctor's in Schenectady.
Okay.
Schenectady, and then we got to see that, and then go to Gianni's afterwards to have a meal, which was great. Johnny's food, ooh, boy. Italian.
Never
Good
been.
place. Good place.
What'd you get?
I went the shitty route. I got like a $16 burger.
Jeez, you didn't even try the spaghetti and meatballs?
No.
Come on, man.
I was too full from the margaritas that everybody was drinking and
Getting primed.
getting primed up for the kitties.
Getting primed up for the kitty cats.
Kitty cats. Which, by the way, man, at least I learned something about myself. I appreciate the whole jester and stuff, but I'm just not a musical guy. I can't.
You don't like going to musicals?
No, I can't sit through that again. I really thought
I can't
for
say
a
I've
minute,
been.
like, because I'm drunk trying to watch this for a minute, and I'm like, am I gonna have a Hunter S. Thompson moment right now? You know what I mean? I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
As in, like, yeah, you're starting to feel a little too self-aware or
Just
something
like
sitting in there, and
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
like, what?
I'm sure that it didn't help that the people around us are like, oh my God, these people are all loaded watching cats.
Right.
know?
They were there for the art. You were
Yeah,
there for
yeah.
the spectacle.
Yes. Yes. And I was part of that spectacle, I'm sure.
And I became part of the art.
I was the spectacle.
Yeah, I can't say I've been to a musical, but I don't know.
Yeah,
for some
I
reason I
don't-
think I'd like it, but hearing you talk about it, maybe I wouldn't.
You know, I think if it was something else, like a different type of musical, I'd probably maybe
I mean, I'm a pretty
enjoy it more.
I'm not
you know
I'm
what
not
I
a
mean?
huge fan of musical movies. I watch a shit ton of movies, but there's like a handful of
mean,
musical movies where I'm like, Moulin Rouge, I'm like, that's a great
Yes.
fucking movie.
It's a great movie. It
You
is.
know?
That is a great.
But it was done,
That's about the extent of it for me, I think.
by
You know what I mean?
a lot of talented people.
Yeah, there's a great music in that, man, too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some of the other musicals I haven't even watched, and I guess I don't like them. Like, I know there was a big one with what was the one with Christina Aguilera?
Oh yeah, I forget. What was that?
Chicago.
Was it? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Chicago. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
Nope. It wasn't on my radar.
So I guess I don't love musicals. But I
Yeah.
did like Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, man, that
Singing
was
in the
really
Rain.
good.
That was good. Some old Gene Kelly stuff.
I think I've ever seen that all the way through. One of those things. Seen pieces.
So
What
after
about you? What happened with you this week?
I fucking
You were busy.
I
know
did
you
some
were busy.
concrete with Jasper.
Sick.
I did a little form setting up for my brother that we're gonna pour a sidewalk and we're gonna stamp it at a bluestone, or we're gonna use bluestone
So sick.
stamps.
So sick.
What the fuck else? Not too much. I mean, it's just more. It's just all the days bleed together with work. You know what I mean? And
Dude,
you're just like, where the fuck's the time go?
You're not
Like, I wish I
kidding.
had finished so many things. I mean, I'm surprised I got this one little thing done for the show this week that has pertaining to do to the abortion debate in America.
Yeah. It's well, like you were explaining it to me earlier. It's like because I'm not very. I got away from politics just because the way it was.
Yeah, it drives you nuts.
Changed me into a bitter person, but like, obviously I don't know the ins and outs of that bill or whatever the hell is getting passed about that. But like when you explain it to me, like it could possibly be left up to the states and the way they want to deal with it. I mean, that seems like not a bad option. I mean, I did hear something last night too where I was kind of like a little weirded out by because don't think I've ever heard that come up in any conversation. That was like a 9-month, like all the way up until they could do it all the way up until
Yeah,
the day of the
the
birth.
cervix dilation.
Which I was like, I
That's
don't even have a comment on that. I don't even know
yeah.
what to say
Some
about
people
that.
want it all the way to basically their head's about to pop out, and that's to me. I mean, Tim Pool. Maybe you heard on Tim Pool because he did say this. I was watching him the other night, and he said if you have two choices, and you're telling me the conservatives are saying no abortions, and the liberals are saying we want abortions up till the time of they're coming out, I'm going to go with the no abortions, because the other end of that spectrum is, for me, this wasn't Tim Pool saying it. I'm like, let's just call it human sacrifice at that point. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, as far as like the whole thing goes, it's like, I'll leave that mainly up to a woman, because it's not like a guy has a say anyway. It doesn't matter what a guy wants.
See,
That's a fact. Let's face
someone has something to say about that.
Just,
Mr.
hey guy, hey
Science.
guy, hey guy.
He's a man and he can get pregnant.
Can I have anything to say about that?
No,
No, I'm
Apple will
just kidding.
fucking ban you, bro.
Probably.
Mr. Science.
No,
come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. No, I just, overall, I'm like, that's somebody else's decision, and I respect that and all that. But, like, there's also the fact that, like, there's a lot of facets to that problem that I'm not really know how to get into. It's like there's other sides to that. There's guys' sides, there's women's side of it, and then there's, like,
Yeah, you can't be one of these people that's just
you can't not hear somebody's
opinion
on it, especially if you're in the situation or something like that. It's like, obviously, your best route is to communicate with your partner about your feelings together about something like that.
Well, there's so many different logical points. Like Bill Maher, he's just a wise ass. And last night he was saying, like, he's like, I don't think, life, if you're not born and you're not alive. So he's like, no one's ever going to miss you because they wouldn't know you were there. And you're not going to miss it because you wouldn't know you weren't alive. So it's like, from this point of logic, consciousness, it's not making a difference. But then the woman on the panel was like, yeah, but my daughter, I adopted a daughter, and if the woman had aborted her,
she wouldn't have the opportunity.
I would never
to
have
adopt.
this girl as my daughter, and I love her so much I can't imagine my life without her. And then once again, Bill Maher goes back, well, you'd be imagining something different because you would have never known.
I mean, he can't say he's wrong.
No, but
the other thing is here too. Let's not forget. I mean, you can make anything you want illegal, but people are going to do it regardless.
Oh yeah.
Just like anything else that's illegal. I mean, it's
that's the point where I think most are freaking out and don't understand that they're not banning abortion. They're not saying you can't get an abortion in the United States. A lot of people think that way because they're totally uneducated or they have low information fucking when it comes to most news. They're very low information voters.
Yeah, they don't.
So
most of the shit
they're easily framed up by one side or the other that, okay, this is the way it is and that's it. But the truth of the matter is that it's going to be the states saying who gets to do what. The federal government's just saying we're getting out of the fray.
Which at that point, isn't that democracy? Like, you vote for the people you want to control that state and the laws that they make. So if you're voting and like you believe in that whole voting system and to work, well,
and that's the point the woman made on Bill Maher last night as well. She was like, Texas and Louisiana are two of these states, and I think was it Michigan, a few states that are like really going hard against abortion.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, if they go that hard, they're going to see real quick that it's not going to work out for them, because most Americans understand that abortions should be allowed, but not like you're not like friggin' setting up fucking, clinics in the Walmart or something like that.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, when it comes to things like that, all I always think about
if there's safety involved in the
it's
in
better
the life,
than not having safety. That's a big thing for me, and it's also like I can't help but always come back to the fact that, look, when people are in situations, especially women at a younger age or something like that, and they feel they got to do that because, like, let's just say, example, their parents aren't going to be accepting of that. And if they have those kind of parents that would really come down on them, it's like, in the long run, even though it's not something that kind of parent would want to think about even happening, wouldn't you rather it be done in a safe manner than not a safe manner? I don't know, but like again, I don't really tell people how to feel on it. I don't really have a stance on it myself, other than I just want people to be safe and do the right thing. Of course, there's all those things involved with it, like if somebody got raped, if so, and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I can totally see all those points. I totally can see all those points. Absolutely, there's been horrible scenarios. I just think people need to be a little bit more understanding of each other, and same with every topic anymore. Just try to find some middle ground to even talk. Don't write somebody off just because everything they're saying right from the starting line is against all your beliefs. Like, try to talk to them, see where they're coming from. I don't know, especially with something like that.
You sound like a communist. No, I'm just joking.
Shit. Fuck. I'm out.
No, I'm just
out.
joking. I was gonna say that was a great segue into our next part. Why don't we just do it right now?
Let's do it.
He's talking about let's have conversations and talk about abortions and
just talk.
How about we just get people to adopt? And there's this new service called Barnz Adoption Service, and we got a video or a commercial. Let's check it out. Adopt a baby with DAR Adoption Services. Help the sacrificed before they die.
This week's special is from the city of brotherly love, Fentanyl Phil. He would love for you to take him in.
Bobby.
Or adopt the little Napinthusky. He's always tuckered out from smoking all that weed.
S.
Call our hotline now to save a baby from the fiery death of Mayak's sacrifice ceremony. And with a little luck, your child can grow up to telepathically communicate with animals. Wow.
Beastmaster references.
That could have been a lot better, folks, but that's what you get.
That was sick.
That's what you get when I think of it at 12:30 last night.
Oh, dude, the Beastmaster references kill me, and the little babies.
Mayak. Dar. This is Dar. Yeah, he can telepathically communicate with tigers, eagles,
all kinds of stuff. Ferrets. Ferrets. He had the pet ferrets.
Imagine if he got aborted, it'd be a fucking crying shame.
What was the redhead love interest in Beastmaster?
I don't know, dude, but it wasn't good. Because I think at one point she says she's the cousin of the kid. Who he ends up being the brother.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what that equals?
Hey.
I think
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster is a little more beastly.
Yo, there's a lot of dark things in that movie. Now, we've talked about this before, I think. You got child sacrifice. You got, like, incestual hints in there.
You got the Birdmen, like, sucking people in the bones.
Just leaving them in a big bag of bones at the bottom.
Birdmen. Yeah.
Yep.
Worshipping the eagle, and it looks like a big, like, friggin' big SS eagle.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? See, that's what's wrong with us. We were watching all shit like this when we were kids. It's great.
Yeah, I mean,
it's great.
It's the classics, man.
Classics.
Chris, who was supposed to be on today, he was telling me he watched Krull the other day, and he was so stoked to watch it because of the matte paintings and the. It's just so like the fantasy from that era, the 70s, is just
and early
late 60s,
mid-80s.
I think there's definitely like a weird part where the fantasy, it was like after Star Wars or maybe even before that a little bit, Barbarella, where it was just tweaked. I mean, when you go back to like Flash Gordon, it wasn't that tripped out.
No, it was really tripped out. Some
the
of that
30s
stuff.
Flash Gordon, the serials and stuff, Batman, Superman, all the fantasy back then. It wasn't like tripped
wasn't
out,
as
but there's
tripped
an
out.
era that was just banging.
As soon as you get like, I want to say after the 60s and into the 70s, obviously that makes sense, but yeah, man,
it was
they
like
were doing
refined.
some weird.
That's when they started refining
weird
it.
shit. People were into weird shit. They artistically and everything else.
Ralph Bakshi, all his fucking cartoons.
I mean, it was dude. Yeah. Do you know who I do you remember the 70s like illustrator I think of Mobius? He's like a sci-fi fantasy drawer.
Sounds very familiar.
You've seen it. You've seen it. I know you
I
have.
probably have.
Yeah.
I'm just getting it confused because the movie just came out with that old
Oh yeah,
comic book character.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of. I like subscribe to one of the, I don't know, fan channel or something like that, and been seeing a lot of his old work, man. And it's pretty interesting because it involves a lot of crystals in it and stuff, and the drawings and stuff like that. It reminds me of some stuff I saw in like music festivals like 5-6 years ago when we were going, like in artwork and stuff. I was like, wow, that's funny.
You get your crystals jacked.
Got my crystals jacked.
Watch your ears out there, folks. It got jacked.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all
about that.
good. It's all good. They'll live.
Hey, you guys.
They'll live.
You guys scream, "Don't say gay" every so it's
Don't.
All
right, so we got to get to some news here. We've been just having fun.
Yeah.
The FDA says the J&J vax causes heart attacks, and they just say nobody under 18 can get that vax because it's bad for you.
Okay.
So here we go. We're going to get into it a little bit.
All right.
Let's hear it, Jack. Well, I mean, what's your favorite part of this story?
Okay. Now, what wasn't CBS or whatever? Like, literally, I had this conversation yesterday over. I had dinner with my parents, and I'm sitting there, and it's playing in the background in the other room as we're discussing what they're saying. And they're saying that, it's giving people heart attacks and this and that. And I say to my mother, because she gives me grief sometimes for some of the stuff I tell her ahead of time. And then she finds out months later down the line that what I'm saying is true. But when I say it, I'm a crazy conspiracy guy. Now, don't get me wrong. I could be wrong. I can't say word for word. But I would think that CBS is one of these channels that, I don't know, 5 months ago, not even, if you were trying to say that any vaccine was giving people heart attacks, they would consider you a crazy conspiracy theorist. And now here we got CBS being like, oh, the FDA's banning it for everybody under 18. And yes, it's giving people heart attacks. It's like, do you know how many reports of all the vaccines giving people heart attacks have been going on over just even the last year? Is crazy. You don't hear anything about it. And if you try to talk about it anywhere from up to...
You get Alex Jones.
You get Alex Jones canceled out. Which it led me to ask my parents when it happened. I'm like, I just need to ask you one thing. When I tell you this stuff and you hear other people called crazy for saying things or having concerns about something like that, and the news that you watch is telling you that those people are crazy, what do you say to yourself when you're watching the same news channel tell you that it's true a couple months later? Now, do you stop and ask yourself, are these people constantly feeding me bullshit and lying to me because they're saying the complete opposite 3 to 4 months later than what they were saying before?
Well, I'm sure we could go back and find some old posts of ours where we're just like, just making fun of this very thing, where you're like, you say something and then 6 to 12 months later it becomes reality.
Yeah.
At first it's a conspiracy, and then everybody finds out it's real, and you get sick of being right, kind of. I mean, you're not always right. Sometimes you'll find some news and you'll be like, okay, I was duped. But for the most part, I think that it's because of people that listen to legacy media versus people that listen to independent. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's why these companies that are like getting so big, independent companies, like Crystal and Cigar,
I think they're pretty
Sager, whatever.
I don't usually watch them, but I found that they were pretty decent because you get what? They're both sides. You get Democrat and Republican. They work together.
And they're great. And they're like blowing up on the internet just through paid subscribers. It's because people are so sick of watching CNN and MSNBC and people even Fox. It's not for everybody, of course. But the left channels is like you're totally getting. This gets to our friggin' point here in a second, which I'll just bring up now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that the oh shit? That's second hour, isn't it?
I don't care. Talk about it now.
Where the fuck is it? Well, anyways, this the woman that's taken over for Psaki.
Oh boy.
here we go, and this is what we're talking about. Like you don't think you're watching state-run media, but you might as well. Psaki's leaving to go to MSNBC, and then the woman that's taking her job she's LGBTQ, and she's married to a CNN anchor, a woman named Suzanne Malveaux, whatever. So this woman, Jean Pierre, that's taken over for Psaki, married to a CNN anchor. Psaki's leaving to anchor something at MSNBC. And it's like, how can you trust anything coming out of them channels and the Biden administration when it's like they are working together to hide everything the guy's doing? Like, he can't do the problem is that on those channels they're like, he can't do any wrong,
No, because they're gunning for him.
I specifically remember during Trump's years, Fox, when he did something, Trump did something Fox didn't like, they still called him out. It wasn't like he was perfect. Sure, they fucking liked the guy a lot.
They did.
But when they saw him doing something they didn't like, they'd be like, whoa.
Or saying something completely fucking stupid. They would step up and be like, you're saying something fucking stupid.
Yeah, they defended him quite a bit about his dumb rhetoric.
Yeah, because he's dumb about
But
shit.
I just mean, I haven't seen much on the left as far as that out of the left big news channels. And when a reporter does do something like that, they fucking get attacked immediately.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, Chuck Todd's a piece of shit. He's got to go.
Get him out of here. No,
go on, get Chuck.
Fuck out, Chuck. No, I just, look, if you're gonna trust these stations, I mean, at least admit, look, obviously they're kind of endorsing each other when you see people like her leaving to go to a news station, and then somebody that's married to somebody from CNN is taking her place. It's like, how intertwined are those two things, and how long have they been intertwined? Which is forever. It's just most people don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that that's the way it's been forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
the big three were built off of military.
You brought that up the other week. And of course, yes, all the technology that everybody enjoys, even music equipment, like automation. You wouldn't have that if it wasn't for military science. Same with most of the scientific things that we have or enjoy in everyday life. The military had it first before you had it. They fund science. You know what I mean? And same with...
They put the fun in science?
Yes.
yes.
No, but like, obviously, dude, if you got this kind of integration going on, and like opportunities, like where they're just kind of interconnected, and like, what? Like, are you kidding me? How do you not sit there and be like, wait a minute, how are you in politics and now in the news, and how are you in the news now and going to politics? And how is this not somehow questioned about whose money is in where and influencing what? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. If you can't question that, at least question it. For fuck's sake, man. You can't have...
It really comes down to, you can see the money being like...
Yeah.
Like, who's paying for what? Oh, you're paying... Pfizer, you're paying for fucking CNN. Okay. Bill Gates, you're paying for MSNBC. I get it. And so is Pfizer. And so is... Oh, and you guys are all
Gotta
friggin'...
keep the lights on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep the lights on.
So anyways, J&J is getting the shaft.
They're getting beat
because they're probably the whipping dog when it comes to all those big pharma companies. They're not the big dog.
Like I was saying to you earlier, man. Like, I can't believe Moderna wasn't thrown under the bus, because they're not like a big, But J&J, they have, but they all have history with lots of fucking like
big lawsuits.
Yeah, Pfizer's got the world record lawsuit for like fraud and fucking at like $2.9 billion in 2009. Biggest lawsuit in the world for fraud and like other things like that.
Jesus.
$2.9 billion in 2009, and it didn't put a dent in them.
No, it was part of their business plan. They knew they were going to have to give up some of the money.
Yeah, probably pushed it off on a sister company, which I think they did.
Well, no, like Rogan had the guy on, I don't know, a month ago or 2 months ago. I don't know how long, a year ago. I forget what the fella's name was, but he was talking about that lawsuit. And he's like, they knew the stuff was going to kill people.
Oh yeah.
They knew they got their percentages. They in their friggin' tests,
Yeah,
like
you
they
get numbers.
tested it on. They're like, oh, we see it kills this percentage of people, but we got all this product. We're going to make this much money, and we're probably going to get sued this much. We're still going to turn a profit 3 times more than what we got to
So
pay
it
out.
doesn't matter what we got to pay out because we're still.
Yeah.
We're not in the red. We're
It's just
totally
numbers.
above green. We're still pulling and raking in cash.
It's that's called modern day fucking medicine.
And let's not forget, like they can throw J&J under the bus all day long and say it's giving people heart attacks. But the fact of the matter is that none of these companies, it's already stated for the most part, that none of them are liable in any kind of vaccine format.
Yeah, I forget which
anything that's-
president signed that into law.
Yeah.
It might have been Reagan or maybe before. I'm not sure, but
You can't sue them. They're not liable for any
you cannot sue a major vaccine company
for nothing because
No.
they're not liable for anything that happens to you.
and that's insane.
That's crazy.
And here's another point: is like, was it Moderna? I think, or was it Pfizer? They didn't want to release their records
Yeah,
for
yeah.
75 years, and then until a Texas judge said, "No, you got to start releasing them now. You can't say you want to wait 75 fucking years."
Yeah, for these vaccines, like the
all their data.
risks and data and
Mhm.
all that. Yep. And then they turned it around and said, "Yeah, right." Which I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to get away with that one.
It's
what do I know?
Jeez. Yeah, time's flying when you're having fun here, man.
Good. Fuck yeah.
We're already a half hour in, and we haven't even got to shit.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we usually start with Ukraine and Kiev or Kyiv. You got to say Kyiv to be woke.
Okay.
But that's where we usually start off because there's war going on, and people been pulling us into it for and NBC is trying to get us into it. They have been releasing articles basically taunting the Russians, being like, here we go. This is reported by, who the fuck is this? Zero Hedge. They say less than 24 hours after the New York Times issued a provocative report citing unnamed U.S. officials who are celebrating that American intelligence sharing with Ukraine's military has helped take out multiple Russian generals. NBC News is now out with yet another bombshell claim sourced to U.S. intel officials. So now they're saying these intelligence officials are saying that the U.S. helped Ukraine sink the Russian cruiser Moskva. And I'm like, basically, all of this fucking news is, it's the same shit they did with Trump. They're like, we got a source that says he pissed on everybody in Russia. And it's like, he was with these models and he peed all over them.
Okay, you just made me think of something, and I definitely should ask you about this now that I just thought about it, since we're talking about Ukraine. And so Russia got control of Chernobyl, right? Am I mistaken on this? They did get.
They went in there. I don't know.
They got it. Last I knew, right?
Mm-hmm.
So check this out. It just came to me just now, but I'm like, yeah, this place is in the middle of war and shit like that, and that's all I've been hearing about for however long. Yet, I shit you not, like 2 days ago, like one of the techno channels I follow or whatever, they had these two guys, I forget what the name it is, it's Wu something, in reference probably to like Wu-Tang, but they do like live machine techno, not like DJing or whatever, but they had set up on train tracks right near Chernobyl.
Wow.
And recorded like an hour or two video. And I'm thinking to myself, how are these dudes, not that you couldn't do it, but like I thought there's a war going on over. I thought everything over there is so dangerous. Like how are these dudes just like, yeah, let's set up this table and jam.
Hey, well,
in the middle of
I can't say. It's hard saying, not knowing. I don't know who controls Chernobyl at the moment.
I don't either. That's why I wanted to ask you while I thought of it. Because I'm like, dude, if
Barnz,
I just saw
could you write in? I mean,
Barnz, where are you?
I know you got a fever, but
text me
for the flavor.
Text me, dog.
Barnz, calling all Barnz. Where are you, Barnz?
Need you, bro. Send out the Barnz bat signal.
So anyways, that's a pretty cool fucking thing, though.
Yeah, I don't care either way.
They did a cool set, right?
I'm not saying if I wasn't living in that situation over there, I'd probably be like, fuck it, let's go set up too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I mean, I wasn't going to do it when I thought COVID was a bad thing in the beginning, when I thought it was really horrible and you didn't know how bad that was. I canceled gigs right before, like I'm telling you, like a day or two before everything shut down.
Yeah.
I canceled 2 gigs. Yep.
You said, I ain't risking it.
Well, you know, I got to be around my high-risk parents all the time and shit like that. And
I hear you.
Wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it.
So anyways, we got Bill Gates or whoever runs NBC. I'm pretty sure this is NBC, not MSNBC.
Okay.
So we got this news company basically, you know, doing dirty work, trying to
get involved.
You know, they're hitting the friggin' beehive with a stick because they're hoping to get a response that pulls us into war. They're like, oh yeah, our U.S. intelligence, we helped sink that fucking Moskva. We friggin', you know, we got them generals killed.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Is that Barnz with the info?
I don't know.
Is he there for us?
We're gonna find out.
Is my phone on mute?
Oh,
Chris
it's
P.
Chris.
Channel is back.
Thank you, Chris.
Ukraine's.
Yeah, Chernobyl is back in Ukraine's hands as of 2 weeks ago or so.
Chris, you the man. You the man. Happy birthday to Chris's old lady, Amanda.
Better half.
She's awesome. Yep.
Got a happy birthday.
She just had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
By the way,
to
congrats
you.
on the sick new machines, guys. Can't wait to see them.
Machines?
Oh, new machines.
What'd they get?
I think he got the Electron Syntac, and she, I believe, got the Digitech, which is awesome. I mean, it'll be a learning curve for her for sure. He obviously is used to Electron gear. That's the reason I haven't picked up Electron gear, because there's definitely a learning curve. But that new Syntac looks sick. It does, and I'm super stoked he got it. I don't know much about it. I didn't see any of the long vids. I just saw the quick preview vids, and I'm like, ooh. It reminds me of like
I do like that one that you showed me the other day. I remember checking that out.
I didn't talk to Chris about that yet. I gotta talk to Chris. Blast Beats. Go check that drum machine out right
dope.
now.
It's dope.
Go check it out right now. Blast Beats.
Very cheap too. And it's
Fucking
like
dope.
it just looks fun.
Autecker and Apex in a box, dog. 500 and some bucks.
Yeah.
Forget the name of the company. They're sick though.
We got some synth talk coming up later. I scheduled that in. Did you see that?
Yeah,
did you see that?
I did see that. I did. That was
See,
probably
I
for you, Chris.
No, I snuck that in there before when I knew you were coming.
For me.
I don't want to talk to fucking Chris about keyboards. Come on, man. No, I'm just joking.
That fucking dude. No.
I do want to talk to you since you're here now.
Yeah, I'm here.
We got to do some streaming on the Cowboy and Indian fucking.
Oh, we got to do this
on the Cowboy and Indian YouTube channel.
Yeah, for those that you don't know, me and Brandon have a project called Cowboy and Indian where we've mostly written ambient soundscape stuff and performed a couple times with our friend Bob, who runs Quiet Village gigs, which takes place in New Paltz and a couple other places and stuff like that. But
is he still doing that?
Yeah. Last year he had like stringed instruments.
I'm sure it got friggin' all weirded out because of the COVID, so he had issues with that. But
I played during COVID at one of his Quiet Village things, but that ended up being at his house because you couldn't do it anywhere. We had to do it in his backyard.
Right.
But yeah, we do an ambient thing, which is really cool and experimental. Some people like it. I'm sure some people wouldn't, but
I don't
we
think
also
anybody
do a bunch
cares.
of other stuff. But we're probably gonna, I don't think
anybody cares.
I think I think me and B should do a fucking
I think he should
live
come over.
stream from his rooftop.
I think we should just stream fucking
right here.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could do it from the roof, but I'd have to set up some
From a porta
shit.
potty? Can we set up inside a porta potty?
Oof. Oof.
Oof.
Well, we got to be in the bottom.
Like Slumdog Millionaire. No doubt.
Yeah, we got to be in
No
the bottom.
doubt. No doubt.
Great color, fucking.
Dude, climb down into the cave. The descent. Oh,
Streaming.
man.
Streaming
Sludge.
near you.
Sludge.
Streaming near you soon.
Streaming near you. Cowboy.
Like
Indian.
right under you.
Yep, right under you, deep in the sludge. Oh my god, dude. No, hopefully, yeah, we should do that though. And we actually, man, we should probably all get together and do like a live music streaming show with just our friends, and maybe we'll convince Jeff to do some kind of a little electronic thing too.
I talked to Jeff this week. Well, I actually didn't. We were playing phone tag. But he
Shout
turned
out.
me on to, oh, yeah, you got the Champ Tone
Champ.
shirt on.
Rapping Team Champ Tone, what up?
Champ Tone
I want one of them
guitars.
things. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Champtone.com?
I don't know what the fucking site is, man. I don't know. I'm retarded like that.
I think it
Excuse
is.
me for saying retarded. I know it's offensive.
Jesus. Self-censoring.
So I don't want to trigger anybody. Sure, I already have.
Sure you have. I'm sure you have. And you know what they're going to have to do? They're just going to have to grow up,
You
Jack.
have to fucking live with me.
They're just going to have to grow up.
Just gonna have to grow
I
up.
learned
and
it from
face
watching
it.
you. All right?
Holy fuck! You gonna break out the fucking cigar box like the commercial with the dirty bag weed?
I learned it from
35
you,
I
okay?
learned it from watching you, Dad. Okay, sure you learned all about that cigar box from Daddy.
Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ!
What the fuck was I even going to say? I don't even know. It was
I don't
fucking
know,
Great.
but this
No, what the fuck was it? Come on. Was it about
Cowboy and Indian?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. No, the streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we got to do something. We got to
do,
stream
Because a lot of my solo stuff, I mean, ain't really. I'm not too complete with a lot of shit.
well, when it just I don't know.
Let's just do it.
Meh.
Let's just fucking do it. Let's just jam. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe coming soon.
Yeah, let's do that.
Streaming.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
All right. So we'll get back into some keyboard stuff a little later on.
Why did my phone make noise when Chris texts me? That's what I want to know.
But here we go. This is interesting, and I wish Barney was here to talk about it because he'd have probably something to say. Because the Pope,
Oh yeah.
he said NATO started the war in Ukraine by barking at Putin's door. Quote, barking at Putin's door.
That's such a.
I think he's right. And I think all these dumb Americans that are like pro-war right now are it's sad. It's sad because they don't understand anything.
They don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Neither do we.
Neither do we.
Neither do
But
we,
at least we could say that
open to far crazy options that could.
I'm
be
at
going
least I'm
on.
at least willing to be called a conspiracy theorist and be
Yes.
right next year. Then follow the fucking herd.
See you in 4 months. No, I mean, yeah, we know about that with the whole fucking COVID thing.
So, anyways,
Jesus
after the
Christ.
Pope says this, I didn't source what news agency it was, but they
Shame
more or
on
less
you.
labeled him a conspiracy theorist.
That's fucking crazy to me. The Pope just got called a
I saw
conspiracy theorist.
Jimmy Dore was talking about this, and I didn't
Oh,
get like where he was getting his source from, but he was like after the Pope said NATO started the war by barking at Putin's door, whoever it was Jimmy was talking about, they had said, "Oh, the Pope sounds like he's starting to go off into conspiracy theory," or that sounds a little conspiracy theory-ish.
How come they didn't say that when he said aliens were real?
I guess they are real then.
Yeah, that was another conspiracy that became real.
Yeah, people. What the
People.
fuck? WTF. So yeah, I just thought it was great that someone has called the Pope a conspiracy theorist.
That's amazing.
No one's safe. No one.
No one. That's amazing. Where's the religious outrage?
Yeah, for real. Well,
Where
it's
is
not
it?
going to be reported because
Oh, absolutely not.
you can't report stuff that would make people use their common sense.
I'd be interested to see how people feel about it over there.
In Rome, in Italy,
Woo! Those people, yeah, man, they're really
they
take
might not
it-
be getting the news either. I
No, they're
don't
probably
know.
not hearing that shit. That's probably strictly American propaganda thrown at you. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't.
Propaganda.
See,
The whole world's like under a spell of propaganda.
I'm glad you heard that because I didn't. And when you told me about that, I was like, stop. That didn't happen, and it did apparently. So.
Well, since doing the show, I've definitely been digging even deeper to like a new layer of onion of fucking news, pulling the onion back more. Not reading the Onion. Let's get that straight. I mean, Onion's funny, but I don't check it out that often. But just like levels of news, there's definitely you can go. It's like I'm normally going pretty deep, but then there's this other level where you're like, okay, am I actually becoming like a fucking like a journalist, or what am I doing here? Why am I wasting this much time?
What am I doing with my life? No, I just you know.
But-
go ahead.
But what were you gonna say?
I don't even fucking.
I ain't
know
got
now.
shit.
I ain't got shit. What the fuck am I gonna say about the Pope or any of this shit? Nobody ever listens to me.
Poperoni.
anyways, you know. Poperoni. Is that a beer? Is that a fucking beer?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck. Yeah.
Oh, it does look like a bush, doesn't it?
Oh God.
Doesn't it look like a shitty bush can almost?
Or a Keystone or something. No,
Yeah.
Keystone would be a little darker, right?
Mhm.
Sad. I know that. Totally sad.
Okay, so this was interesting. The Supreme Court of the United States has never had a document leak. And
Really?
only
Never?
never.
Really?
Never. That's why there's a lot of people pissed off because
Yeah, that's pretty.
let me look at my math again here.
I mean, if that's true and they had a leak, that's pretty concerning, right? You can't.
Oh, well, that's why people are
Pretty
concerned
concerning.
because it's the court's never been politicized before.
Yeah, and you know what, man? That's totally because of the environment we're in today. I mean, if it's never happened before and now it's happened because everybody's so fucking polarized like a bunch of fucking idiots. You know?
Yeah, it's disturbing to know that like it's maybe one of the judges did it or one of the judge's assistants did it.
Yeah, with an agenda or some. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I mean,
And people
to
are
me,
people are wondering if there should be an arrest made because of it. And I don't know what the legalities
I
of
would
that are.
imagine there's a law behind that. Once you are involved in that system, I'd imagine there's a law in place that you cannot, to protect people's rights, cannot talk about any kind of cases, release any kind of information about those cases. I guarantee there's legal ramifications for that. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm sure you like have to sign some type of
Oh,
NDA,
absolutely.
non-disclosure, fucking something
Absolutely.
or other.
Absolutely. It's almost like a patient-doctor thing. I mean, I don't think, lawyers can't talk about what the fuck's going on with you,
Anything.
anything. So I would imagine it's the same with judges in the law system. They can't, cops can't go around and talk openly about investigations that they're in the middle of.
How many friggin' drugs they plan on people?
How many they did the night before they made that arrest
Yep.
to get the drugs to plan on the person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
How about that cop that called up the fucking 911 when he ate those brownies?
Oh my God, that was fucking.
If you don't know about that, you got to
You
go
need-
watch
you
it.
need
It's a
to
great
listen.
phone
It's
call.
amazing. It's amazing. How about, did you hear about that wedding that happened?
No.
Oh boy. So apparently, I heard this on the radio. Probably I think it was actually K104. Me taking a fucking break from electronic music for 5 minutes on the way to work before I go deep in the headphones again. But yeah, apparently a couple that was getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, drugged all the wedding food and mad people at the wedding had to go to the hospital. They're in deep shit.
I bet. I
They're in
did see
deep
some. I
shit.
saw some of the video from that.
You saw this video?
Yeah, the
No.
police talking to the wife.
What? Stop the show. I gotta see the video, man. Come on, really?
And the
Oh,
wife's
my
sitting there, and I
God.
think it was her idea
Really?
because I think they own the catering service that provided the food.
Boy.
I think that's the story. I'd have to double check.
Dude,
but
they're fucking done.
yeah, so it was her idea probably because she's some dumb stoner or something that doesn't have no respect for anybody because she's so important. And
Those
she's like,
people ain't cool.
everybody should feel how I feel because,
No.
she's the perfect person,
No,
obviously.
so 90-year-old Nana over there
yeah.
eats a piece of the fucking wedding cake and gets to see Goofy,
Yeah,
fucking
taking his
Mickey
shit.
Mouse in the back corner. Yeah. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
No.
so and she's sitting there acting like
No.
that she's being interviewed and just totally bug-eyed, and you're just seeing she's like,
Dude, really? There's video.
She even
You're
says something.
You're telling me there's video. I don't know how I
You're
didn't
telling
see
me
this
there's
video.
a chance.
There's a chance that I can enjoy this again? Sick. So sick.
Yeah,
God.
you should go check into the video because, but that's just
So you did
gnarly.
hear about it, though. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. That's insane. Why would you ever do that? Like, what about kids and shit? Were there kids at this wedding?
I'm
Jesus
surprised.
Christ, dude.
Yeah, there was probably kids, and it was probably
That's fucked up. You can't
because
do
they
that shit.
thought they're giving people the gift of conscious
Oh,
expansion.
Yeah. Expand your ass to the hospital.
My wedding's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna send me to jail.
Dude. No, I mean, I've gotten crazy.
You gotta go. You have to do time when your prison's this perfect.
Don't
when
get-
your wedding's
Don't
this
get me
perfect.
wrong. I have gotten crazy at weddings. By the way, Tim and Kat, happy anniversary. We went to their wedding. speaking
Oh
of
yeah,
crazy
happy
weddings.
anniversary.
Me and Brandon went as clowns. That was a costume wedding. One of the
Woo!
coolest things ever.
Cool wedding, great wedding.
Cool wedding. Watching everybody all dressed up, all crazy. It was nuts.
Beautiful, beautiful time.
Plus, it was funny shit getting shit-faced dressed as clowns. That was amazing.
Yeah, I think I went as like a crunk clown.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked pretty
Getting
ridiculous
crunked.
myself. We should have busted out a picture for that.
Oh man, the clown meme has become so predominant, and we are so far ahead of that. Like,
Yes.
like we could have got in trouble like that woman at her wedding for providing drugs to people if we had actually went out and done our
Done memes.
the
before there were
idea. No,
memes?
the clowning.
Oh, with clowning idea.
This was something we thought of. I don't know, 10, 15 years ago
I still want to put this somehow
into a video
yes,
or something.
Yes, because it's. I mean, you can't do this to people. But
You
the
can't. I want to.
I want
I
to
want
too,
to.
but the idea is so
could
funny.
It could traumatize.
You would
people.
traumatize the fuck out of somebody. If somebody did that to me, I'd sit around for the rest of my life questioning what the fuck happened and why. More importantly, the why, because you're left with no explanation. So you can explain what the fuck this idea was. We were laughing our balls off one night talking about this.
It's
but
basically you mug somebody, or
called
it's a
clowning.
simulated
Simulated
mugging,
mugging.
or
Not
simulated
really.
rape or something. I don't know.
it's
It's simulated. I'm taking your freedom away.
it's basically, but like I don't know, enough people to,
More or
to
less-
grab somebody and hold somebody down
You restrain
against
them.
their will.
You restrain them against their will. Like you get like 5 big dudes dressed up like clowns.
Masks, black on,
Uh-huh.
dressed at. Well, as long as they're all dressed up, you don't know who they are.
Yeah, I forget. Were we gonna do
No.
it as like thugs
No.
or clowns?
No, we were gonna be totally dressed up.
As what
blacked
though?
out-
Oh, just
blacked out,
blacked
so
out.
they didn't know who
So
it was.
it was probably like an
Yeah.
Antifa look, probably.
Totally, ski masks, black.
Yeah, black block. Mhm.
But you grab them, you throw them to the ground. Everybody holds them down, and like
They
one
don't
of-
know what the
they
fuck's
don't know
going on.
what's going on or why. And then all of a sudden, you just start drawing clown makeup on them.
Well, they don't know what's happening. They can't tell.
They can't tell. They don't know what you're
But
doing.
then after
to
a
'em.
couple minutes, you just
you
let
them
them
go,
and you just
and
disappear.
you let them run away, and you disappear.
And they
now
don't know what the fuck
no, but
happened. They get up
They're stuck trying to go ask for help,
and they're
looking
just
like
they
they're
look just
looking.
a clown.
And then they gotta live with the fact of questioning: why did this just happen to me? Why did a group of people just
Make
hold
me
me
a clown.
down and turn me into a clown?
I don't even know why we
They
thought
didn't
of
hurt me. They didn't do anything other than draw clown makeup on my face.
that. And put a wig on me.
Yeah, a
and
rubber
some
nose. I
trousers
don't
and
know.
big shoes. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have the whole 9.
The whole nine.
Just make, and they don't know what the fuck just happened.
They don't know what's going on. They're scared out of their mind.
That's
I
life.
mean, it's a really horrible thought. I would never do it.
I mean, if it happened to me, would I be okay with it? I kind of think maybe.
No, I wouldn't be, because I would really seriously, the why would linger.
The rest of your life. There's always the why.
We would never do that to anybody, by the way.
No, it was just a great idea.
It's amazing.
For our sick
And we
minds.
don't endorse other people doing that shit either.
Don't listen to
Don't
us.
do it.
This is not financial advice.
No. This is no advice to give to any human being. But it would be fun to put in a video, like in a movie or a little skit or something. That shit would be hilarious. Hilarious scene.
So, anyways, I was trying to look up the number. I can't seem to find it. But there's like 9 judges, and the judges each have like 3 assistants. So there's something like, I think it was 36 or 46 people, I forget what it was, that knew about the opinion to leak it. So that's a small amount of people. So it's like,
yeah, I don't see how you could.
If somebody gave me the assignment to figure out who it was,
it wouldn't take long.
You could figure it out.
It might take long, but you would figure it out.
It's like
9 people.
So I know there's great investigators out there.
Oh,
they got to figure this out.
Is there? Is there though?
Is there?
No, there is.
If Kamala Harris is vice president,
there is.
Is there?
Is there? Is there? I'm not a fan of her.
Same as Dan Quayle.
Not a fan.
Big dummy. Just dummies.
Not a fan. Not a fan of any of these people. But
dude, fucking Elizabeth Warren went straight psycho the other day. There's some clips of her online.
What happened?
Oh, it's over the abortion shit.
Oh,
she's
boy.
just going nuts.
She's
like, I'm pissed.
She blowing an artery or what?
Yeah, she was blowing an artery. She's like, they've been planning this for years, and I'm pissed. I was like, geez, yeah. That's the Indian in her coming out.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, she's on the warpath, folks. Watch out.
Warpath. Holy shit. Did she really say? She did really say that, didn't she?
She was native, yeah.
Part native.
And she even got like money for college because she wrote it.
Let me ask you something. This motherfucker, I did happen to like scam through Tin Pool for a hot minute last night. I've been trying to avoid that shit, but any political kind of thing. But I did see Daryl Davis. That's what caught my attention. I'm a big Daryl Davis fan. The idea that he talked Klansmen's out of not being Klansmen.
He de-radicalized Klansmen.
Yeah, he got like, I don't know how many hoods. Maybe 1,000, maybe a couple thousand, but they gave him their hoods. He's a hero. Right now he's labeled black man, labeled a white supremacist and a fucking right winger.
The left doesn't like him that much.
No, but
yeah.
He had said something I want to ask you. He had something. When he was making claims about reparations and shit, he had said that if you have 16% Indian in you, you can get money from the government.
Yeah, and then he even said 8. No, he said a 16th.
Like
he said an 8th or a 16th. That's what he said. An 8th or a 16th.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't from being around you guys my whole life. I'm like, that doesn't really even sound right to me.
It seems like almost the whole country would get it.
That's
maybe.
what I'm saying.
I'm
like, well, damn, I have some royalty from Mohawk or whatever it is tribe, but I'm like, it's definitely probably not 16, but I'm like, does that mean I can get something? Like, fucking Brandon, we're going tomorrow.
Get it.
We're going tomorrow. We're getting money.
I don't believe it. I think the guy.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what he's talking about that.
I mean,
really
yeah, because he said an 8th or a 16th.
16th,
and it's
that's
like
what I heard. And I'm like, what, dude?
That's getting pretty thin, bud.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, no, dude, that's nothing.
But the point being is like, I feel like the whole idea of reparations is kind of.
I don't want to get into it because it's just like, you know how we feel about it.
I liked what he was saying, though. I liked what he was saying. He was like, let's do it through college, free college, and free this,
yes.
you know,
free
all about
education.
Let's not just give them money.
No, it's all about education.
I was like, yeah, that's a smart way to look at it.
And I thought that was great for you to be.
Yeah, if you're like identified as like for some reason you're a slave or a native or, you know, descendant, I mean, and you feel like you're owed something, well, maybe you can get 4 years or something paid for at a big time college, or maybe you can get a business loan or something like that. You're not getting cash like in a bank account.
No. And you know what? I mean, like we've talked about, like you could call it what you want. Excuse me, Texas hots, baby. Yeah. No, but like everybody throughout at some point in their life in history is definitely in a form of slavery. When there's kingdoms, you had peasants, etc., etc. I'm sure Egyptians had their own form of slavery. I'm sure everybody did. They just might have called it a little different or something like that. But I mean, as far as reparation, how far back do we want to go, or do we want to move forward, or we want to move backwards? Like I don't. It's like when people focus on this shit, I'm just kind of like, it's kind of like, well, you keep saying it, keeping it alive, it's gonna be there. You know, why don't you just get past it? It's like calling somebody black or calling somebody white. It's like, why do you do that anymore? Like, I don't know. Just don't do that. Or if you want to do it, then just be okay with it. Like they are DC Cab.
Go watch DC Cab, folks.
All the races are all making fun of each other, and they all like each other, and
they're having fun playing games.
That's the way it was in the 80s when we grew up. I saw a lot of that shit going on. It's not like people were doing it maliciously.
And I never, once said that I don't feel like, or said to anybody, or heard anybody say anything that was of color, that was our friends ever say, yo, I take that offensively. It's just like, we kind of, as 80s children, for me, from my perspective, it was all just like, that's just like, that's America. It's a melting pot. And we all rag on each other.
I'm not.
You're a dumb Italian. You're a dumb fucking, whatever it is.
That's what went on
You're
back
a
then.
Polak.
That's really what went on back then.
Yeah.
And
Or
it's
you're a fucking
it's like, whatever,
dirty
man.
Indian.
Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? And obviously we don't give a fuck because obviously we hung out with like every type of person that was ever possible imaginable. Still do. Which, I don't know. It's stupid.
I mean,
it's fucking. You know what year it is? God damn it! Like fucking A, man.
I thought I was in the future last weekend, but obviously I'm not.
Let's not talk about that.
I thought I was in the future.
I hope to go to the future too.
So, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, the greatest distraction of from life.
Dude, my friend Jay from Albany said the best thing. He wrote this on Facebook the other day, and I laughed my balls off. He's like, Johnny Depp is the best thing that ever happened to Will Smith.
Oh my God.
It's so true though. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about Johnny Depp because, dude, he is amazingly funny.
Is he gonna get work again?
How could you not? I think he did. I think he got like 2 films or something recently. Besides, like obviously that Dior commercial was running for every time I turn on YouTube, driving me nuts for a while.
I haven't seen it
before. Yeah, it's him in the guitar with the desert or in the middle of the desert or whatever.
We're talking about gentrifying YouTube last week. I still use ad blockers. I do not watch commercials on YouTube.
No,
I do. When I first seen that, I almost dropped my jaw. I was like, this is turning into television.
It is.
With these fucking commercials.
It is like television.
When I saw them playing commercials in movie theaters, I'm like, well, can't you have anything? Can't we have anything nice? No. So anyways, I use ad blockers. I'm like,
that's great.
Fuck ads from wherever.
I'm a sufferer. I suffer.
I just can't believe people have accepted it as the norm. I know, like, I've seen it on various family members' phones or computers where I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is
I'm one of those
you don't know how to install an ad blocker?
I'm one
Come
of those
on.
people. I don't deal with that. I just deal with it. I just skip ads. I wait for the skip button.
Yeah, well,
like a douche.
But anyways, Amber.
Oh boy.
Sweet Amber.
Sweet Amber leaving her sweet smelling shit on Johnny's bed.
Oh man.
Did you see the Freddy Krueger meme?
No.
No. The drawing? You didn't see that one?
No.
Dude, it was great. It was the Nightmare on Elm Street drawing with Johnny Depp in bed.
Yeah, getting sucked into the bed.
And it's Freddy Krueger like sticking his hand up into a pile of shit or whatever accidentally.
Woo!
No, I don't. You know what? She shit on his bed. All right, whatever, man. Whatever.
I feel like they probably had a pretty abusive relationship going both ways.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like she probably drove him nuts.
She's probably frisky as fuck. That's probably what he liked about her.
Yeah, that's what got him fucking fired up. And was like, oh wow, this is the lady for me.
Yep.
And then when she wanted more like attention, or he got too drunk,
who knows? I mean, he gets fucked up. Apparently,
I imagine he gets fucked
Apparently.
up. If you had that much money, believe me, I know what you'd be doing.
Glad I never got rich when I was young.
Yep.
Wouldn't be here.
You might not even be here.
Wouldn't be here. Nah, but like, dude, I mean, first of all, people are rich, like to that kind of level that he is. He's gotten money since a very young age and stuff like that. I'm sure she's had a nice career and all that. But like, obviously, like whatever, man. They're people too. But obviously, they have a frisky, dysfunctional relationship. She's throwing wine bottles at him and getting crazy. I've been in crazy situations too, so I can't judge. But like, all right, you shit on his bed. I just think it's hilarious. Like this is actually going on in television. I tried to avoid it until I saw the one video I told you, and then as soon as I saw him had to talk to a lawyer or whoever it was once, I'm like,
it's like it was
holy
the
fuck,
most
holy fuck,
disgusting thing I've ever seen,
dude.
or ridiculous. I think he said it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
The way he reacts to things during all this is, I'm like, you sold me. You sold me. I'm buying the ticket. I haven't been watching it, but like whenever somebody posts a video, I'm like, I gotta watch what he's got to say now, because his reactions are hilarious.
No, you could see like him,
Hilarious.
like when he was talking about the poo on the bed.
My
It
God.
was really tickling his fancy inside about
it
how the whole experience of he was just like wow.
Yeah, man.
He knew he had he
4-pound Yorkies.
they're teacup
whatever the
teacup
fuck they were.
Yorkies. I've handled their
phone. Okay, Johnny.
So it's a bit of that Hunter-esque nasty craziness that he loves so much. He was living it.
I mean,
that's why he's smirking and giggling.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say he probably, like, after hanging out with Hunter S. Thompson as long as he did, I mean, I would imagine he would have to find a crazy chick.
Yeah.
To keep up with.
Did you call her crazy? Did you call her a her? Jesus, we're very bad.
I don't know
Allegedly.
if she's crazy, but
are you a biologist? Do you know what a woman is?
I'm gonna say, if I'm dating a girl and she shits on my bed, first of all, I'm gonna be impressed that she went to that level. First of all, I'm probably gonna laugh. Absolutely. I'm absolutely gonna laugh. And then I'm gonna be like, yeah, she's a little wild. She's a little crazy. She got to the point where she shit on my fucking bed. She's a little.
I think the point that drew the line for him probably was like, I mean, I don't know what this is just what it looks like from whatever we're seeing out there, blah, blah, blah. She was fooling around with a lot of guys behind his back, and he didn't like it.
I didn't even know that. No idea. Dude, the most I knew about before any of this, like what going into it, like when I saw the.
Or maybe she
video
wasn't
clip.
fooling around. Maybe it was just after they got the divorce, she started going crazy with other dudes. I don't know.
Maybe.
I just don't know.
don't know. All I knew is that this bitch went to Coachella after she shit on his bed. And I'm like, yeah, I can see it now. She's like, fuck this asshole. I'm shitting on his bed and I'm going to go to fucking Coachella and enjoy myself with my girlfriends. Have at it, chick. Have at it. And Johnny really, I mean, throwing wine bottles, almost cutting your finger off is one thing, but.
That's not cool that she almost cut his finger off.
No, that's not fucking cool. I mean, he's a musician and everything else like that as an actor to boot. So it's like, you don't want to be cutting people's fingers off.
No, so there's definitely a lot of dysfunction going on there. I think probably same amount as Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
But the whole idea behind this is like her as well as the Me Too movement, all that.
They erased his living
life. They took away his livelihood, and now I'm sure he's not hurting for money, but he lost. Let's face it, he lost all that Disney money. He lost a lot of other money, and people are going to be selective about who wants to hire him from now on.
And we like seeing them in movies. People
I
like
do.
seeing them in movies.
I do.
I can't say that.
Fear and Loathing, man.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I kind of stopped watching that because it wasn't
Me
good
too.
for my mental health.
Me neither. But that's when I stopped watching Johnny Depp because everything he made after Fear and Loathing, I'm like, yeah, you ain't ever getting that Hunter
Out of your
you.
head.
Ever. Ever.
Yeah. I didn't even get to see Rum Diaries, did you?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where he met.
You didn't see that?
That's where he met Amber Heard on that movie.
Dude. It's nothing like Fear and Loathing or anything like that, or Where the Buffalo Roam, which I didn't even remember Where the Buffalo Roam, but Rum Diaries it's a little entertaining. It's him pretty drunk through the whole fucking thing, and
Yeah.
but it's okay. It's a pretty good watch. I've watched it more than once, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. We'll see.
You should. You would enjoy it. You would enjoy it.
So yeah, that's a nice distraction having Johnny and his
Yeah.
crazy ex giving us all a little entertainment. Did you see how Drew Barrymore got fucking lit up by the fucking internet for making fun of them?
No.
Yeah, she got that TV show on like the.
Oh yeah. I think I did.
She got
hear
a
she had a
morning show or
Yes,
something,
yes, she
afternoon
did.
show.
She did.
And she started making fun of the Johnny Depp trial, being like, she can't stop watching it. It like the insanity. It's got her hooked, you know. And it wasn't even like 3 or 4 weeks before that she had Evan Rachel Wood on, and she was like, "You're so brave for coming on and talking about your abuse and being." Because she was with Marilyn Manson, and she got, you know.
Yeah.
So the tone was completely different when it was a woman versus when it was a man.
See, here's the thing. I'm not.
It's like, you know, the Evan Rachel Wood thing was a straight up Me Too. It's like, let's be serious about this. He treated you like shit.
I'm just gonna say.
And then when it was Johnny, she's just like, oh, who gives a fuck?
I'm just
It's
gonna
fucking
Marilyn
funny.
Manson shit. I'm not saying that dude didn't do anything fucked up. I'm not saying he's not fucked up. But I'm saying, and this is coming from somebody who has met him at a very young age before they were ever fucking anything, because my best friend's sister dated him for a while, and they were around in my best friend's house, that band, when they were Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids. But, I mean, and I never heard her say anything
Like he did anything bad to her.
crazy, you know, but
He
like,
could have grew into that with the fame. You know, who knows?
Yeah, but let's, I mean, you're going to fucking date Marilyn Manson, like right there from the starting gate, when it's already been publicly
Be prepared.
said in like interviews. Like I think I read
Be
in like some
prepared.
fucking magazine or once, or on television one time, they got so bored from having sex with groupies and shit on the road that they like eventually were doing dumb shit like throwing lunch meat on them and shit. And I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to start dating a guy like that and you're going into a relationship knowing that this is what you're going to be dating, I would imagine his interests in his private life probably are pretty eccentric.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Going out on a limb here.
going out on a limb, just
I don't
look
know.
if you're attracted to someone that is putting off some crazy ass persona, you should be ready for crazy shit when you get in a relationship.
And I'm not saying and whatever he did isn't true or anything like that, but let's also, I mean, let's not forget.
Yeah, I heard he did some really bad stuff.
He probably did. I don't know, but maybe he did. I don't know, but that dude's also been a target his whole fucking life. For
Well,
any
I'm
kind of
just saying.
attention
I'm saying
possible.
though, here, what we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's like
Drew Barrymore was okay with being
totally like, let's take it
Mrs.
as a serious matter when it's, you know, this
this,
woman.
but when it comes to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard,
She's
a
just it's a
comical,
joke. Yeah.
tongue-in-cheek joke.
Yeah. So
Which-
it's I don't
What
think people.
did they say about her when she did it? They start ripping her apart. Drew?
Yeah, just being
Yeah.
like you're a hypocrite. How you know?
Well,
Why
I love
why
Drew.
the change of tone? You know, it's like just because it's a man trying to save his name and not a woman trying to save her name. It's like
Yeah.
so.
I'm a big Drew fan too, so I don't know. But
Ouch.
ouch. No.
Be
I think I was the same.
good.
I think I'm the same age as her. I think we were the same age when she was in ET when I saw ET and cried my fucking eyes out because I was scared to death. ET was dying. I was traumatized by that part of the
Fucking
movie.
a raccoon eating out ET's butthole in the
Dude,
street.
oh my god. That's fucking rough. I saw somebody say the other day on Facebook that
yeah,
traumatized them.
my cousin.
Here's the thing: is I experienced that and cried and was really upset because I thought he was gonna die. I remember asking my mom, crying my eyes out, "Is E.T. gonna die?" And then I got to relive that with Bean. So we watched E.T. with Little Bean.
Yeah.
With my ex and stuff.
Same thing.
Same thing. As soon as he started getting sick, dude, she was bugging out. Totally upset.
Spielberg knows how to pull them strings.
He knows how to pull them strings, boy. He does. He's good. Spielberg.
Steven, call me.
Call me up, buddy. We're going to make this clowning movie, Stevie.
We're going to make this clowning movie.
A lot of smoke machine, trees.
I never got people that have the fear of the clowns.
I don't understand that either. We knew some of them.
I knew a couple, yeah. I just don't get it. And I feel bad for them because it's like
they were pretty open.
It's such a cool thing, clowns.
Even when they're creepy.
Cool. Creepy clowns are cool. I think the Joker's cool. It's like imagine not being able to watch a Joker movie or a movie with the Joker in it because the guy looks like a clown. I can't watch.
Dude, have you ever seen live footage of Mr. Bungle from like their first tour from that first album?
Mm-mm.
Dude, they got the two dudes in clowns in the background. One's playing like the horn and one's playing like the keyboard. And it's so creepy looking and it's so amazingly creepy looking on stage. Just the way they act on the stage. Because they're not doing much. You know what I mean? They're kind of like mostly still a lot of times.
That is creepy.
It's pretty creepy. Clowns.
So,
all right, let's get it moving here.
Tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Happy Mama's Day to all you
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Hope it's a beautiful day for you and
absolutely
you get to relax a little bit, do whatever you want.
You hate women, so I don't know what the fuck.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's been said about me too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So, anyways, for Mother's Day, Antifa and other pro-abortion groups are going to attack churches in protest of the SCOTUS leak. That's real nice. Yeah, pro-abortion groups going to go after them churches because the churches they're scumbags on Mother's Day.
What kind of churches did they single out? What kind of?
No, it's
they're going Protestant. They're going Catholic. They're going
who knows?
to Jewish temples. Where are we going here? You know what I mean?
I didn't really follow that story up too much because I think it was just like it was the was it the FBI or somebody putting out, you know?
Oh, really? They put out an alert about that?
Yeah.
Shit? Really? Holy fuck, dude. Well, there are crazy people out there, and that shit does crazy shit.
The other thing too is like they put a cage up around friggin'.
I just saw that.
The Supreme Court.
Yeah, they just put a fence up around.
They put a fence up.
This is the new thing they do all the time now.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting us used to that.
They're getting us used to a lot of things. Someone put it really good on Steven Crowder the other day. They said when you're herding, when the dog is herding a sheep and he's trying to get him to go somewhere, he doesn't like go right in the front of the crowd and the sheep and try and direct them. No. Or right in the back of the center. No, he's on the edges, nipping at the ones that want to escape or aren't following the aren't following the program. So the guy was saying, this is what you're seeing with comedy right now. He's like, all these comedians are being friggin' attacked because they want people to stop using their freedom of speech, even in the sense of comedy.
Did you see Rogan talk about the Chappelle thing? I'm sure you saw what happened.
I did see him talk. Was it Tony Hinchcliffe he was talking with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking love Tony and Joe, but Tony's fucking phenomenal. But
what was his take?
It's just like, I'm just worried about this shit starting to become a normal fucking thing where people think this is what they want to do now to comedians that they don't agree with. They're just going to start attacking comedians. And he was like, is that what that slap started?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's okay. I mean, that's bullshit. They're fucking comedians, man.
It's been happening for years now, man. I've been seeing it and, taking crazy pills for the last 4 or 5 years.
Crazy.
Watching like all these people and they're like, no, that's not happening. And I'm like, yeah, it's happening. And now, and once it starts really happening, it's almost too late to stop.
Just fucking leave comedians alone, man. Leave them the
Leave
fuck
'em alone.
bro. They're comedians.
Leave the comedians alone.
And here's the thing: I can't say how many comedians I've seen say this. Like, obviously, especially Tony. I've seen him say this in specials where it's like, did you not look into who you were coming to see live and what kind of material they have before you came to the show?
Dude, did you see that the guy isn't even getting charged
No.
with it, like felony or anything? It's going to be a misdemeanor or something like that. The one that attacked
Charged him. Yeah.
Dave
Tried
Chappelle.
to tackle him.
Yeah.
Dave's not pressing charges, I take it?
No, he's pissed because the
Oh,
city's
really?
not charging him with a felony.
Really? But if it was you jaywalking and they felt like fucking arresting you, they'd be like, well, we got
Well,
to
it
arrest
depends.
you.
It depends
It's
on
our
what-
turn.
That's fucking California for you. California.
California.
California. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. All this bullshit. It's like, the left is like, somebody said
Far left is
they've aborted
Oof.
the country.
I'm going to remind everybody out there for a minute, in case you've forgotten, me and people like him and the people that we hang out with our whole lives, we're very left-leaning, liberal type people.
I said
And
that to
still are.
I s-
And still are inside about our beliefs.
I said that to someone the other day. I was like, and a lot of people like are saying it. I think even like Bill Maher will say it, Jimmy Dore. All these people being called grifters now. We're like, we are the classic liberals. You
Yeah.
have went fucking nuts.
You can't be a centrist anymore.
Well, that's what kind of a classic liberal kind of is.
Yeah, but
it's
you
like,
can't be that no more.
well,
You get thrown right to the right.
well, that's why they're calling Joe Rogan fucking
Yeah.
a right wing fucking podcaster, and it's
Fucking
stupid.
nuts.
So, anyways, I told someone that, and they were like, oh, "Yeah, right," and I'm just like,
What?
You just don't. You didn't care to be political when you're younger, and now that it's in, you're just fucking think you know everything. The thing that I think's funny is that Bill Clinton coined the phrase "legal, safe, and rare," which was for abortions.
Fuck is that?
It's for abortions. He's like,
That just sounds wrong. What the fuck?
legal, safe, and rare.
That sounds like I'm going to buy a steak somewhere.
Well, or safe, legal, and rare. I don't know how he worded it.
What the fuck is
But
this,
that's true.
man?
Think about it. If you make it legal, that's good. And you make it safe, that's good. And if it's rare, that's good. You don't want to be getting them fucking every week. You know what I mean?
That sounds to me kind of like what the way people say when they do like drug programs in other countries, and they're like, "Well, we made it so anybody could do any kind of drugs they want," and all of a sudden, the drug problem has gone down.
That's what Bill Clinton was putting out there. He's like, we believe it should be the woman's choice, but we want it to be rare. And mainly for fucking
Yeah, you don't want to.
abortion, like rape and
It's
friggin'
not what
incest.
you're doing every Friday night.
Well, I'm just saying, this was one of his staples of being a president.
As a
And
left.
yeah, and now
Mhm.
he would be considered for saying that far right.
Who, Bill?
Bill.
Billy?
I said it was safe, legal, and rare.
What does his friend Jeffrey think about that?
What's Jeffrey think?
Jeffrey?
Going down
You
to
guys kill
Jeffers.
me with that shit. You
Go-
guys
I'm
kill me
going to-
every week.
I'm going to Jeffers.
Oh my God, you guys fucking make me laugh so hard every time you do that shit. I just want to
Billy boy. So anyways, yeah, that is a classical liberal statement to be like, yeah, I believe I am pro-choice and pro-life kind of. I don't want to see it happen all the time. I want to see it happen as rare as possible, and we need to make sure the women,
Dude,
but
just-
not
just-
like don't use it as birth control.
No, but just at least give people a safe option to do whatever. The other thing is when people get into this whole topic, like Planned Parenthood starts getting attacked and a lot. And it's like, Planned Parenthood provides a lot of other things other than just like
Yeah, but did you
access
see?
to
Did you
information
watch
to this
Tim?
kinda
You
thing,
watched Tim
know
Pool
what I
last
mean?
night. You saw like how the founder. You know about the founder of Planned Parenthood, right? She was a eugenicist,
Oh,
and she friggin' basically
no,
started it.
I didn't make it that far.
Oh, dude. I mean,
I did hear this though. I have heard this.
She basically more or less wanted Planned Parenthood to reduce the birth rate of black children.
Is that why?
That's why.
I can imagine that to be true.
That was like part of her whole mission statement. But anyways,
I don't know why the government. People have such a hard time with the government doing things to people because, like, I mean, I just saw this meme yesterday where it was like the pile of all the buffalo skulls. I don't know how many
that's a great.
buffalo
I mean, that's a
skulls.
great picture, but it's
And
not
it's
a cool thing.
No, and it's a great fact that the government
Starved them out.
starved the Indians out by killing all the goddamn buffalo. The
Mhm.
same government that fucking gave a bunch of black people syphilis. The same government that fucking sprayed a city of women and children with chemicals. The same government you don't think is going to do bad things to you.
The same government that says
And I'm not anti-government completely.
the
I'm not.
vax is, completely 100%
Completely safe.
great. Good for you.
Completely
Oh, wait a second.
Safe.
Up here it says the FDA just banned the J&J vax because it caused heart attacks to people under 18. So anyhow, food news. We got some food news. 5 million bees were destroyed in Atlanta
What?
this week at an airport on the tarmac.
Buzzy bees?
They were headed for Alaska. Yeah,
Bees?
yeah, honeybees.
Oh, they were transporting?
They were transporting them from California
Oh, that sucks.
to Alaska, and they landed. They were diverted to Atlanta for some reason. Nobody knows why. And they just died on the tarmac in the heat. And they're saying it's going to be felt for fucking years, the death of those 5 million bees
sucks.
because of all the pollination.
That sucks.
I mean, I don't know how much that is.
Don't worry, man. Little Billy Gates out there geoengineering all kinds of crops for you and all the farmland you bought, Brandon.
Billy Gates
Little
is
Billy
my
Gates.
friend.
Gonna
He's my
engineer
friend.
that shit, save you,
Billy.
Billy.
I got to make the shirt because it's one of my favorite memes is Bill Gates with the Freddy Krueger needles. Have you seen that
one? Oh
one?
my God, no! Please do that.
It's Bill
Please do
Bill
that.
Gates with the glove,
Please do
Freddy
that.
glove, and he's got the hat and everything, and he's got needles. And
Better
he's
have a
like,
Microsoft logo somewhere in there.
That
Better.
shirt I just want to make because
Why
it sounds
not?
fucking
Why
awesome.
Not? Why not?
Okay, yeah, and everyone this week is a biologist again. I mean, last week nobody could define what a woman
Everybody
was.
sure as fuck knows what the difference between a woman and a man is this fucking week, huh?
Yeah, I find that funny.
Wow.
What do you think?
Don't
that's
tell
about?
her what that you. Don't tell her what to do with their body. A what?
Yeah, what?
A what? Can you ask the Supreme Court woman there
Yeah.
to define what shouldn't be told what to do with their body? A what?
A what?
How would you define that?
What do you say, Mr. Science?
What do you say, Mr.
No
Science?
pronouns? Yeah. Okay.
You know, I should ask because I really don't have enough balls to ask. I will if I'm comfortable enough with the person. But what gets me is like I've had this conversation. I think I've had it with you. I want to know because I believe French and Spanish don't they have male and female
Yeah, they are
language,
gendered languages. Yes.
gender languages? Like I just would like to hear how they feel about that. Like
I've talked to some people about it that speak.
Spanish, probably.
Yeah, they speak other languages, and
Yeah.
they think it's ridiculous. But when I told them that people are pushing to have them degenderized or whatever the fuck you want to say,
Yeah.
they thought I was making a joke. And I'm like, this is what we're talking about. You don't think this stuff's going on out there, but it is.
Well,
It is. And the same thing I saw, one of our friends posted something earlier, and it created a shit storm. And if you're watching, you know who you are. One of the posts on there where, he said, or someone in the chain said, people are celebrating abortions. And somebody came back, no, they're not. They don't celebrate abortions. And I was like, you don't see it. It's happening. People think like they're going to go have a fucking party. Women are acting like it's this badge of honor now that they got an abortion, and it's fucking crazy. It's like they're having a fucking baby gender reveal party, but it's they're having they're like so proud that
right now I sit in the middle. the complete polar opposite views of both of these, and I'm just kind of like looking at both sides like, holy fuck, humanity, please change.
Or just let the comet come and fucking kill us all.
Yeah, something, man, something.
I mean, geez,
It's.
I could go for a good ice age. Fuck it.
Woo. Yeah. I
So,
don't know,
anyways,
man.
yeah, everybody knows what a woman is this week. I find that refreshing.
They do. I sure as fuck do.
Yeah, I like that when we can say,
mean,
you're a woman. I'm a man.
I don't know why people like have a hard time understanding that shit's going on like that when like you hear the government wanting to do away, like you've talked about this on here, wanting to do away with like mother and father, like terms of that nature.
They did that in
any
the Senate.
kind of family term, and I'm like,
Or the
what
House.
the fuck are you guys doing?
In
like,
the House of Representatives, they banned
that's not
gender-based
that's not okay.
language on the floor.
It's just not okay that you can't address.
Not that it's not even okay. It's stupid.
Like, what do you do in like a family court situation then? Like, you can't say, well, the biological mother or father of this child.
Well, I don't think they banned it there, but it could go that far.
That's what I'm saying.
They're setting an example.
That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of thing. Once it gets put in that,
in the House of Representatives, they think they're being all progressive
then
and whatnot.
it's got to trickle down to the rest of the systems because this is now our new way we do things. This is our new protocol kind of thing. And I'm just like, that just doesn't seem healthy to me.
You're a thought criminal.
And mind you, I don't really give a fuck what you are, what you want to be, what you identify it with. I don't care. I'll fully back you up with your right to be that. But just don't force me into doing things that I don't normally do just because you feel a certain way about who you are. Like, you don't have to adjust anything that you are because of what I am. So don't ask me to do that with you.
Right.
I was in this situation. I think I told you about this.
You sure
for all
did.
the people out there. So I was on a job, and there was a carpenter who wanted to be identified as a they. And I got pulled aside before work, had to get time out of my day to get taken aside, to get big talking to, warnings about how we have to be, sensitive and just pay attention and like make sure you don't say nothing offensive or anything like that because we have somebody working with us that just, and I'm like, I'm not really going to play ball here. Sorry. I'm like, I'm not mean to anybody. And if
I'm not asking,
I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. If whoever it is cool and I like them, I'm going to like them. And I don't really care what they're doing. And that's exactly what happened. Is the person was really cool. It was never an issue. Nothing like that ever came up. And we got along amazingly well. And I like talking to this person every day. But like the fact that I had to get pulled aside, but they didn't, but I did.
Yeah.
And got to get talked to about it.
It's like they had a special treatment almost. And you got a special treatment, but in a different way.
Well, here's how I think I've told you how
they had, let's just say it was like a bubble, kind of like.
Yeah, protecting their
them.
day.
They were in a place that was quite safe.
Their day, but if somebody said something that would offend me, well, fuck.
Who gives a fuck?
You're a fuck
dude.
about your feelings.
You're a Nazi.
Who gives a fuck about your feelings, bro? Which here's the way I deal with this. Okay, first,
it's because you're a Nazi.
Like we talk about that one saying, how you expect me to accept you for who you are when you couldn't even accept you for what you originally were.
Well, yeah, that's a classic. If you need to actually really, like, you're getting in a tough spot talking with these people, you bring that up. Be like, you want me to accept you for who you are when you couldn't even accept yourself for who you were.
Which, or you could take my way of dealing with it, which I'm going to do in the future if I'm ever forced into this position, where it's like, okay, I'm going to theoretically here. Let's say you have like a real militant lesbian woman, which I love lesbians. I'm all for them.
And the military.
And the military. But if they want me to address them as something that's obviously gearing towards any kind of like, I don't know, anything that like demeans anything like men or anything like that. Let's just say like it's that kind of scenario. You could tell by what they want to be addressed as that they're purposely doing this because they're making you they're getting enjoyment out of making you say something that
I think they don't realize that that's what like kind of the angle is. They don't realize they're getting, it's not maybe enjoyment, but they're getting something out of making you do something.
that.
I don't know. It may be different for a lot of people, but that is some part of it.
If
I
I'm
think.
forced in a situation like this, and I'm just saying lesbian just so I could use an example here, but it's like, all right, if you are like some militant woman man hating thing, and you were wanting me to address you as something, I could tell that it's like anti that.
But
then I'm gonna ask you to address me as. It's fine. I'll address you as whatever you want, but you're gonna call me cockmaster. Anything that's gonna offend the fuck out of you, because that's what I identify as then. So you can call me that. How about that? We're playing fair, right?
Dude,
we're playing fair. If you want to be addressed as I am the holy God worshiper, well then I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm the Satan baby eater. That's what you're calling me.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what it is. You're calling me the complete opposite just because you're forcing me into a situation that shouldn't be a situation.
I think this is it's a great fucking tactic. I love it. I fucking love it. But I'm saying, what I'm saying, it's a bit rough. But I think they're getting out of it. What they think they're getting out of it is like they want to be accepted for who they are. So it's like you're getting something. They're getting accepted. That's what they're telling themselves. I need them to accept me. But you know what? I don't.
By calling
nobody needs to be accepted by fucking anybody. That's called being a grown up.
No. And by calling you something, I can't just accept you by what you're treating me as when I meet you.
I know.
Like a
it's
human?
It's like walking up to somebody instead of greeting them, you're fucking taking a test.
Yeah.
It's like instead of just interacting and greeting like normal human beings, it's like you're walking up to somebody and you're having a fucking of what the fuck would it you're setting down a document and you're being like, this is how we're going to interact together, right? Right?
That's why, like, it irks me because, like, especially like I told you with that job situation, it was turning it into a big fucking deal from the get when it never was a big deal ever the whole time. I totally had a great relationship with this person. They were an amazing person.
Yeah,
they were fucking so cool.
I think most of those lefties are amazing people, and
but like, why did
most left people? I don't even know what to say what they are, because I like you said, we grew up on the fucking left. It's like we're standing in the middle now with a bunch of people who are all like, what the fuck happened? But even those people on the far end, they're really cool. It's just that they have
I'll stand next to you in any kind of way to support your right to fucking be who you are. I will. I'll fight for that shit. I'm all for it.
Yeah, but I can't stand you when you're trying to take free speech away from people.
No.
And you're trying to say people can't say something? No. Get the fuck out of here.
No, you don't want me to call my mom?
Yeah.
Because you've infiltrated a system so much.
Well, you've convinced yourself. You changed these words. You've done things to make things like I
don't want to do that.
2 + 2 isn't fucking 4.
By the way, you sure we're allowed to call it Mother's Day tomorrow?
No, I'll call it.
Just asking.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Just asking. Is that allowed?
YouTube. Hello, Susan Wojcinski. Is that okay?
Is that okay? I don't even know what that accent was.
So anyways, we got off on a tangent there.
Yeah, sorry, people. We get fucking nuts. You're lucky we're not.
But just remember that. Those are great. That's great advice. Every time, you can you can be cockmaster.
2 ways to skin a cat.
You could be the cockmaster,
one way, yep.
or you could be the little Satan baby eater, or you could just be like,
you
couldn't accept yourself, so why should I accept you?
Or whatever the new you is. What if I liked you no matter what?
You could kick them in the balls or the imaginary balls. All right. So anyways,
what do we got now?
Well, we're going to skip this one, this Epstein, Les Wexner, Victoria's Secret history. It's like, it's just something I put in there for filler in case we didn't. But it's an interesting thing if anybody wants to go look into it.
What is that?
The owner of Victoria's Secret had like Epstein living in his house at one point and helping run the company supposedly.
Wow.
So it's like,
wow.
While we were kids and we're all like, wow, sweating
Victoria's Secret fucking catalog that would come.
Fucking,
not they were sweating it, but there's definitely some good-looking women in there.
Epstein's in there, like fucking using it as a fucking a grooming fucking school.
Well, that's like Disney having. It would make sense if you were trying to. That's what you were trying to do. That's probably where you would be. Same as like people trying to traffic kids working for Disney. Makes sense.
So we're gonna skip that because I didn't,
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know much about it anyway, but that's fucking nuts that was going on. I mean, I'm not surprised. But
We're gonna talk a little bit about a movie Chris recommended a few weeks back for me to watch called the Sorcerer.
Dying to see this movie, dude.
Jack, you definitely got to see it
Dying
because
to see
it's
I watched the trailer.
Supposedly Quentin Tarantino's favorite movie.
Dying to see it.
I instantly got John Carpenter vibes.
You sold me right there.
I feel like
Sold.
if I
Sold.
got to even look up the director's name for this movie. But if I had to like watch it and guess, I would have been like, this is a lost cut from John Carpenter.
Was he? Did anybody check to see if he was in the credits for score? Or wait, didn't somebody big score that? Was that ELO or somebody? No.
We're gonna find out here.
Yeah,
in
find
one
out who
second.
scored that.
1977 American thriller, directed and produced by William Friedkin. So
Chris, who
I don't
scored
know
that movie?
who William Friedkin
You got 2 seconds
is.
to text me, Chris. Thanks for laughing in your fucking message. That was hilarious. You had me smiling and laughing when he's trying to talk to me about abortion, making me look like an evil fucking monster.
Yeah.
You fucking prick.
Oh, Tangerine Dream. You're right. Yeah.
Tangerine Dream it was, huh? I think that's what he told me before.
And remember, I told you that other movie I watched recently
had a big.
I had Tangerine Dream in it too. It was it the Fortress? Was that what I said it was?
Maybe it was. Either way, obviously legendary synth peeps doing
What was
cool
that
ass
movie?
shit.
I think it was the Fortress.
I can't believe I've never spent time listening to them. Obviously, I was really surprised that I never sat down and listened to ELO till you played me them that one night. And
Yeah.
same thing. It's like I listened to one album by them, and I think it was the greatest hits one you played me, but I was like, and I knew the song, some of them, but I'm like, holy fuck, these guys are absolutely amazing. And
Some trippy stuff.
I was too cool to listen to that kind of shit.
I
back in
was
the
too
day.
cool to listen to ELO.
Way too cool.
But
I
how's the
wasn't, but,
how's the clav sound though?
How's the clav? Anybody that knows that's a bad subject. Bad subject. I went to go watch a friend at the time sell a synthesizer up in Albany, which was a goddamn fucking workstation that could do whatever the fuck you wanted. We were really into industrial music. I did not want this dude to sell this synth to begin with. And he went to go sell it, and I had to be there for the sale. And all this guy kept saying the whole fucking time, this boat shoe wearing motherfucker. All he kept saying, yeah, but what about the clav? Does the clav have good sound, man? And it fucking irked me for an eternity. Fuck you, Tristan, you boat shoe wearing fucking prick.
I love it that he asked that question.
I can appreciate it now. Don't get me wrong, because clavs are an important thing.
Well,
Very
if you're into
important
funk, there ain't nothing more important, bro.
Clavs are sick for funk, dude. Sick. But when you're young and you're trying to like not convince your friend,
You don't give a shit about the clav.
I don't want to fucking care about the clavs when this dude's selling his workstation. I want to hear machines, dude. I don't want to hear Tristan in his boat shoes talk about this fucking clav, dude. I'm trying to listen to Skinny Puppy and fucking Ministry and fucking Frontline Assembly, and this dude's trying to no. Go home. Sell that shit to somebody else, man.
Dude, the guy that did the Sorcerer also did Bug. That's awesome.
No way.
I love that movie.
I
Bug
didn't watch
is
it.
nasty.
I didn't watch it, and I don't know if I want to because it did sound pretty fucking crazy.
The Exorcist. Okay.
which is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, he's got quite a fucking repertoire.
Amazing. Dude,
Um,
we've almost been on for 2 hours.
yeah, it shows we got 15 minutes. We're almost
We
done.
can do what we want.
We can do it. I'm trying to find that other movie, but whatever. So The Sorcerer.
Sick movie.
Amazing. Great movie. You got to watch it. You got to come over and watch it.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it because I looked for it on like Tubi and I looked for it on like Netflix and shit.
And
It wasn't
like
on there.
like I was saying, I got some classic Carpenter vibes, and
I will totally love it if
because
got
it's like
John
this whole
Carpenter's.
feel to it that's I don't know, maybe Carpenter started copying him, or that it was just this style of movie in the 70s that, you know,
I mean, granted,
I've seen some more like that. Yeah, it's kind of like the Warriors in that way,
and those
stuff.
synthesizers at that time with like arpeggi.
And it's always an ensemble kind of thing. You know, it's not about one character. I mean, it is, but it's more like the ensemble makes the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, you just made me want to watch Precinct 13 or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking classic. It's a good one.
Have you seen The Fog? John Carpenter's The Fog? That's fucking pretty good.
I don't know if I have. You know what happened one time is like I got on this John Carpenter kick and I was like, I'm fucking buying all this dude's movies. And then I went online and saw his fucking catalog and was like,
he's got like 30
you're
movies.
not buying, maybe more. But like, it was
maybe
like,
40.
I read about his career. This dude, and I forget, his whole career took a 2-year break, I think, tops, the whole time out of his whole career. And he was doing like 2 movies a fucking year.
Yeah, I watch Red Letter Media, and they did a thing on all of his movies, his top movies, or they ordered his movies from lowest to highest.
Yeah.
And,
I was just like, what, dude? What kind of work ethic do you have? Not only are you making 2 movies a year, more than likely you're scoring a fuck ton of them.
No, he scores almost all his
all
movies.
of them. Fuck.
He's also been touring. He does.
I know.
I want to go.
Me too.
He does the fucking all his classics live.
We should
with
go to
big
this.
screen projections in the background.
Oh my god, dude! What is he? We have to find out if he's coming anywhere close to here.
I hope so. I
fly.
think the pandemic kind of shut it down a little bit. I hope he starts it back up.
I'll fly to go see that. I would fly.
Yeah. All right, we got the.
go.
We're running out of time. We're not even have time to do. Don't say. What must we forget and toe the line?
Say.
Well, so let's talk about some keyboards, bro.
Let's do it. I mean, like, we talked about.
How do you
Blast
feel
Beat.
about Behringer?
Dude, let me tell you something.
Hey, everybody.
Let me tell you something.
China is here, Mr.
The
Burton.
Clone Wars are real. Nothing's safe. Nah, dude. You know, they, like I've said it a million times in my life, like, totally the most disappointing company in the beginning. Bought plenty of their shit that was nothing but garbage. But later on, here comes Uli or however you say his fucking name, saving everybody's fucking hopes and dreams by creating these things that like have been
You could never own.
You could never own.
Like if you're just a starving musician.
You couldn't even own it if you made decent money. Some of this shit.
Yeah, like that friggin'.
You're not gonna go buy an 808. You're not gonna go buy a 909. Not today.
Just
as
not
an
that
average
many
person.
of them either. Yeah.
Not as an average person.
No.
Not at fucking $4,000 or $5,000 a pop. It's like, let's see. Have a down payment on a car for the family, or I come home with an 808 and my wife fucking cuts my head off. You know what I mean? No.
But yeah, that they got a whole new stuff, line of
It
stuff
doesn't
coming
stop.
out.
It's dude, I feel like I'm not exaggerating this. I feel like every 4 to 5 days I see a new product coming out.
Yeah.
That
You feel
they're
like
designing.
you feel like a bonehead for not getting that bass line, huh? The bass fucking.
Which one?
The fucking
I got the TD-03.
01.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. But then again, I'm not because
you got a Poly 800.
like, dude, got one of those.
Dude, that thing's so fucking. You saw.
So
I had it out
sick.
last night.
So sick.
You just sit there and you're like, I could make a song out of these notes,
just
and,
really
or
is
these notes,
an
or
80s
those
magic
notes.
machine.
Whatever it is I put in, it sounds great.
It's an 80s magic machine.
Totally.
Totally
You
is.
just don't. That sound is just so sick.
All it takes is a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay. And
Some of it you don't even need it.
fucking in heaven.
That's just
No,
for
you
like your
don't.
leads or your pads, but
Yeah, you
for the
don't.
bass lines,
Oh, the basses get grimy. I love it.
all those bass lines on that thing are just so fucking tasty.
Yeah, I will say this though. Behringer is creating my dream synth. It's gonna take him a while, but I'm waiting.
Well,
on
I
that
hope they get that
CS,
synth
bro.
done too, because that was a.
I just have.
I remember when we had that plug-in. It was
Oh,
like one of the
dude,
best plugins ever.
It was a fucking CPU pig.
Yeah, but
Who
it
was that?
sounded
Achoria?
amazing.
Was that a Churia that did that?
I
think it was.
No, that
The C. No, because I don't think it was. Oh no.
no, I
It
almost
might have
feel,
been in the Yamaha pack, but I doubt it. I don't think
know.
it was. I think it was an.
I bet you I
Achoria.
got it still on disc somewhere.
I know you do. I know it's on my old laptop, my old gateway at the
Oh.
house. I'll tell you.
And
It's
what's wrong
still
with
on
that?
there.
Is it just the
Where
monitor?
do I start? Where do I start?
It's not a monitor?
No, the keyboard on the actual computer doesn't work. I have to do some weird fucking sequence. I have to have a separate keyboard. I don't even know how the fuck. Oh, that's what happened. I left it like too close to an air conditioner
Yeah.
where my setup was at the time, and it must have done something to it. But I don't know why that would affect the keyboard, but it did. So now, like, I have to have one of those, like an external keyboard.
Yeah, plugged in USB or whatever.
But you type in your password. Not only do I have to type in the password, but before I hit enter,
You have to do a dance and
I have
spin
to
around
do
3
a
times.
weird dance. I'm not gonna say where, but near the number pad and shit. I have to do some weird motion with like 4 keys,
Before-
then hit enter before it ever even works.
Hmm.
But it's got like I still got all those plugins on there.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You should just try and get it repaired so you could just run it. As
Oh,
a
it works.
Just run it purely just for that plugin.
It works. It ran out of. I had to start clearing out songs out of it
Buy a fucking goddamn external hard drive.
and just dump it.
Dump it all onto the hard
Clean it
drive.
up.
Just use it for the CS80 with a fucking keyboard plugged
Yeah, it's
into
definitely latent, and you know that latency shit drives me up the fucking wall sometimes. It's really, it's annoying latent. It's not like doable.
All right. Okay. Well, this is
What
my
about
last
you with synths?
my last thought for the day here. I want to sue Big Pharma for Tom Petty and Prince's death.
Oh my god.
What do you think? Can we win?
Well, what didn't that come out later? Like Prince died of, I forget what it was exactly. It was definitely medications of some sorts, right?
Yeah, both Tom Petty and Prince. They both fucking overdosed on their fucking
What was it?
was it fentanyl?
I
And
don't know.
fucking
I don't Fentanyl's crazy.
mixing, the opiates and with alcohol.
I heard there's something new coming around that's worse than fentanyl. I don't know what it is,
Great.
but yeah.
Great. So anyways, that's just a thought.
Dude, fentanyl's no joke, bro.
Let's sue Big Pharma for Tom. Because I was listening to Tom Petty the other day, and I'm just like, God damn it. Why'd this dude die? This
He
fucking
was a
music's
good-
so sick.
He was a good musician. Now Prince, forget about it.
Prince was amazing, too. That's
He
what
was
I
the
mean.
Fucking goddamn.
I wasn't. I put
Oof.
Prince in there because he died, and he's amazing. And we can put Michael in there, too. Michael Jackson. It's
He
like,
died from over medication too, didn't he?
it's just a sad thing, man. There's
Sad.
so many more years of music that we'd be listening to of fucking,
But,
you know.
we grew up with sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and not that that's.
They made it farther than most, I guess.
They did. What kills me is like, I think about this, right, and I think about the '80s and how fucking crazy, especially when you see, like, I hate, everybody brings up Motley Crue and how fucking crazy they lived in drugs and alcohol and that shit. But it's like, we come into, me and you have experienced a lot of the electronic movement when it blew up way too big, the stupid, annoying EDM shit. And like,
Smack my pizza.
no, that was like 90s shit, but like,
That's what my nephew used
we're
to
going
say.
to these festivals where people are raging the fuck out of their minds. There's at least one death of festival at this point from drugs. And like, you watch interviews with the musicians, and they'd be like, it was such a fucking complete turnaround from like the 80s. Like these guys were like, they'd be talking to him. They'd be like, you know, yeah, I've partied, but they're like, do you think I could fucking party and do these gigs every night? They're like, I have to go to the gym just to keep up with the flight schedule. They're like, I can't get fucked up every single day and night. Like, I don't do that. They're like, I barely, if I'm lucky, some days I might get 3 hours of sleep a night with all the flying I have to do. Because you're amped up from a show, you get off the fucking stage, you got to jump on another flight.
You're talking about artists in the 90s?
No, I'm talking about recently with the new EDM movement,
Oh.
which you would think those dudes, by the way their audience is, you would think these dudes would be raging it out harder than the fucking people in the 80s.
All I got to say is then they're not making enough money.
They're not. Some of them were. Some of them did. And some of them died.
They're just not making enough money
Some of them died.
to relax. They're
Some of
just
them
chasing down, you know, the fucking, they're getting robbed by the promoter.
Yeah. If you don't bring me a plate of cocaine, no.
I want an antique jar of cocaine.
It's got to be antique. It's got to be cocaine. No, which in the 80s, dude, let's face it, man, people are getting fucked up back then.
I watched a Fat Boy Slim set. Just I don't know when it was from, but
I've been listening
he's
to him all week.
He's up on the peak of a fucking like.
I've been listening to him all week. Oh yeah, the Space Needle or what?
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't the Space Needle.
No, it was in like Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
Sir Clay video. They do that series. It's a bunch of fucking people do them, but they're
Dude, I didn't
all
like
in
it.
exotic locations.
I don't like it.
What, the place he was?
I don't like that they're like making it
They do
for
that?
exclusive, you got to be rich beyond fucking.
There was one on the Great Wall of China. There was one, bunch of all different weird, cool places.
Maybe
man.
they'll go to Chernobyl next.
Like those dudes were like 2 days ago. But no,
I just think
mean,
that's kind of elitist scumbag when you're
well, it wasn't like that for all of them. If you go watch the rest of them, there's even like lesser name ones doing the same.
And
video
I also I don't know how far I got into the
circuit.
set, but I didn't
You didn't
really.
like
It
his
didn't get me
set?
going though.
No,
Not the
that-
beginning, anyways.
I've been listening to him all week for whatever reason, just rehashing a lot of stuff, listening to what he's been doing recently because he's on tour right now doing shit. But that out of all the sets I've listened to from like the last 3, 4, 5 years, because I've listened to them all in the last week
Okay,
at work.
that's the worst.
That's my least favorite one myself.
Maybe he did it on purpose. He was like, "Yeah, this is a snobby fucking fun bunch, so
I
maybe
don't-
I'll
I don't
just
know,
make a
man.
suck.
I don't
Maybe I'll
know.
just won't give a shit."
Because he usually, the one thing that like he is really good at is he likes to make his shows extremely like fun and upbeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And like that.
that one seemed a
didn't
little
have that vibe.
depressing. Yeah, it seemed like a little bit like sleepy.
And I've seen him go in different directions where he's not doing the complete fun thing, and it's way better than even that. That was one of my least favorite sets by him for sure. So I can agree with you on that one.
All right, so we're gonna get into the don't say what this week.
Don't say,
You Nazi fuck.
What
well-
are we trying to forget? Oh well.
Don't say this
Oh.
week. Don't say a woman. Don't say a man can get pregnant. That's what's this week's don't say.
Don't say.
Don't fucking
You
say. it.
don't
Only
say.
women. Only women get pregnant this week.
Okay. What about?
What are
the,
you gonna don't say? What do you think people don't want to say? Don't say what?
I don't know, man. 'Cause
Oh, I guess it was for you. It was probably about the fucking. Well, we'll move on. If you think about something else. Well, how
Oh,
about what
God.
must we forget?
Well, we sure as fuck are forgetting that. Other than that CBS headline, which kind of shocked me, we sure as fuck forgot about COVID real quick, didn't we? As soon as that war began,
Yeah.
that's what honestly shocked me the most about hearing that on the television over dinner, was that I'm like, wow, I don't think I've heard about COVID coming out of. Not that I watch the news all the time because I don't, but I'm like, I haven't heard news coverage of COVID since
It's peppered in there now.
before the war.
It's not all the time, yeah. And now it's just peppered in there when they want to be like,
Yeah, when they're out of key points.
Another shot might be coming. Another one.
Which
They
I'll
just
never get.
sneak it in like when
I'm
you know.
vaxxed. I'll never get another fucking shot. Nope.
So Yeah, yeah. I would say that's something we forgot to forget.
Yeah.
And also that people were saying that the vaxes are causing myocarditis. That was on our first fucking show. I had our second show.
You must forget that they were,
myocarditis fucking
I can't with this shit, man.
video.
People are fucking.
And now it's real. I'm like a conspiracy theorist, and then I turn into a fortune teller. It happens every time.
Within 3 months. Conspiracy? The fucking Nostradamus, people. How do you not stop and stop yourself and ask, how is it that the same news station that was telling me that people that questioned or had concerns about a vaccine causing problems were crazy and conspiracy people to fucking saying 3 months later, oh, well, wait,
new findings.
If you're 18 and younger, we give a fuck about you. If you're not, we don't give a fuck if you die. But yes,
keep taking it.
This is giving people heart attacks, but keep taking it. Get the fuck out of here, dude. And you, how do you not stop and say, well, then you're not telling me the truth all the time, because you told me that it was crazy to question this 3 months ago, but now you're telling me that people are dropping dead of heart attacks.
So crazy.
The fuck out of here with this bullshit, dude.
All right,
the
so
fuck out of here.
In the echo chamber this week, what do you hear the most? Who's towing the line the hardest?
Who's towing the line?
And what are they towing? What are
towing
they
the
dragging?
line?
They got a fucking anchor they're dragging. Let's see.
I don't know. Who's got your trophy?
The biggest echo of the week and who's towing the line?
Who's got yours?
Oh boy. It's probably it's probably men don't have a say in
toxic
anything. Anything. It's like, oh, well, just shut up, men. Men, shut up.
You've had your time.
It's just, and who's doing that? I guess Saki did it. You know, I think she failed to condemn fucking all kinds of fucking bad things going on, and I don't know, whatever. But
dude,
yeah,
can't believe she's gonna be a fucking
at MSNBC.
Stop.
I'm still laughing my balls off about Chris Wallace leaving Fox News for CNN Plus, and then they folded in 3 weeks.
I mean, that was just hilarious to me.
Man, that guy's he's got to be
fucking stupid.
He's got to be irate.
Or the paycheck was healthy enough to where it was worth the risk, and you didn't give a fuck either way.
Yeah, I should make. Hey, Chris, you need a job? You can come work on the show for us.
Yeah, come on over here.
Yeah, so disrespectful.
Come on over. No, I don't know, man. Who's towing the line? I don't know. Everybody's towing the fucking line. If you're watching fucking mainstream news and believing it all the time, you're towing the fucking line, period.
Yeah, I guess I would have to concur with that one.
Go watch the world news or something. See what they say about the same topics that your country's telling you. And chances are you're going to get a very different view.
Big time. Big time different view.
Different view of what the reality is across the rest of the planet's view of the same topic that they're trying to sell you. That's all.
I forget what country it was. They were just saying like about Americans. They're like America has turned into just a country full of lonely, angry people.
They just like we talked about this, dude. I don't know how many times I said this. Like after the Trump thing, I said, look, this is like somebody that's in an abusive relationship for years. Their brain gets wired for abusive relationship.
And now they got it.
And now, ever since Trump's out of the way and stuff like that, they got to have something to be angry about because the things firing off from the brain are so used to that subconsciously they're just going to, they need to find another topic to be angry about.
It's like the little drug company that you got inside you that when we watch What the Bleep Do You Know anyways.
Yeah, and trust me, I know all about it too well. I've done this to myself. I've experienced this behavior myself. I am guilty of it. I'll straight up admit it, but like being addicted to things that like behaviorisms that aren't good for me. But like that's the way it works. You get wired in to the point where you don't even know that you're a part of it.
You're wired.
And then that's what happens to these people. It's the next topic. It's like if it wasn't fucking COVID, it's Ukraine. If it's not Ukraine, it's going to be the next thing.
Yeah, abortion.
Which is now abortion, which after that it's going to be something else because it's just never going to end.
Okay, well, we're going to shut her down for this week.
Are we? Let's fucking
Nah, there's some fights on tonight, brother.
Oh, you got a commercial?
I do have one more commercial. I'm just going to play the regular Mars Rats commercial.
Let's watch the Mars Rats commercial.
All right, we're going to watch Mars Rats commercial.
I'm a fan.
And then you want to come back and say goodbyes? Or you want to just send it?
How you want to do this?
I usually just send that last.
All right, everybody. Thanks.
Jack, you're going to be coming back soon, maybe?
Fuck yeah, I'm coming back. I should have been on sooner. I'm a slacker.
Maybe next week. Who knows?
Maybe.
If these guys all start feeling well, maybe there'll be a special 5-man crew someday, somewhere.
Or we're gonna have party night.
Ooh, that's gonna be.
We're gonna all be partying while we do this shit.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Me and him are gonna talk more about doing the music thing, obviously, and getting friends together to do that. So we have a lot of good friends that write a lot of good music. We do. Really cool shit.
Nobody cares.
Probably not, but you're gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
anyway.
maybe you guys do. You just ain't heard it, right? Yeah, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
It's it, motherfucker. Yeah, guys, have a good week. All you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mars Rats.
Remember, wherever you go,
there you are.